Hello and welcome to Fuego Games. Today we're going to be creating a fresh level 30 Amon, and we'll be farming 100 Vile Bounties across 3 different difficulties to see how much cash, Iridium, and XP we can gain. And we'll be comparing the rewards from normal, UVH1, and UVH5. I'm also going to be tracking the time it takes for me to complete the bounties, and at the end of the video I'll give my recommendation for the best way to level your Vault Hunter from level 30 to level 50. I should also say that I streamed this entire process, so at the beginning of the video the quality is pretty poor, but as we go on it'll be nice and crispy 1080p 60 FPS. So I apologize for the quality, and I hope you can bear with me on some blurry moments when it gets chaotic. So to jump right in, there was a few pieces of key gear that we needed so that I stood a chance against these vile creatures. I wanted to get the Wombo Combo and the Fireworks Shield, which are both really good offensive, explosive weapons. So the first thing I did was head up north to this drill site, and I got relentlessly punished by the UVH1 enemies. It was a bad idea.
I'm dead again. Yeah, I gotta turn off UVH. I gotta check my bank again. I'm getting out of here, bro. This is the Hellwalker, this is the Hot Slugger, and this is the Ordnance. Alright, let's get back to work.
So after that, I went ahead and grabbed a few really good weapons from my bank, turned off UVH1, and went back and conquered the drill site.
Let's go! We did it!
But then I realized how painful it would be to farm this Ripper drill site over and over again until I get the Wombo Combo. So I decided to go for the Fireworks Shield instead for the time being.
Show me the shield, brother. Show it to me. Oh, okay, cool, sick. It did.
And then I went out to find a black market vending machine, which was blocked behind starting a side mission.
I have to go save Derek, I guess. Oh well.
Almost there.
Sorry, Derek. I can't help you today, brother.
I don't care about Derek. I saved him once. Don't need to save him again. Come on, something good.
Iron teeth for soft jaws.
Ooh, last one's Jacobs. Okay, I gotta go with this one.
So testing out some of our new gear, we took on this Rift Champion and we got some incredible pulls. Both of these bosses dropped a legendary, one of which being the Chuck AR, which if you didn't know, Chuck is one of the best guns when it comes to taking on these vile creatures. So with Chuck in my inventory, I decided that the Wombo Combo is just gonna have to wait for another day. So after all this prep work, I gained a whopping 1 XP level and 12 specialization levels. But now it's time to hop right into getting these bounties done, and that'll take us into Carcadia where we unlock the makeshift chalet. So the first method I wanted to try out was to stack up 5 Vile Bounties and then knock them all out at once. I didn't know it at the time, but this method is impossible using only one safe house. So after doing this, I finally figured out how these bounties work. For instance, if a board has 3 contracts on it, if I pick up 1 contract, it's only ever going to show 2 until that contract is fulfilled. I can keep refreshing the session to re-roll 2 like I did here, but my chances get lower and lower as there's less opportunities per board to get a Vile Bounty. So if a bounty board has 3 contracts, 3 is the max amount of Vile Bounties I can grab at one time. So after about 10 or 20 runs, I realized that this is how the system works, so I would end up changing the method to bouncing around to different safe houses until I got 5 bounties stacked up. This might not be the most efficient way of doing things, but it's more entertaining to play and it's more visually stimulating for you to watch. The other method you might want to consider is just refreshing the makeshift chalet bounties until you get 1 and then just farming 1 at a time over and over again. The makeshift chalet bounties tend to be very close to the safe house, which is why that's a tried and true method, but I wanted to change things up for the video here. So even though we're a little bit under geared, we started doing these bounties on normal. The Vile Bounties don't show up on the board unless you're in UVH1, but you can claim them and then switch the difficulty back to normal, and the contract will still be there, but with lower HP levels and what I assume to be less rewards. But that's what this video is all about. We're going to test out that theory as we go along here. So when I was first getting going, I was planning on doing 50 on UVH1 and 50 on UVH5, but then I realized that these bounties could be completed on normal difficulty. So that's why we have a few bounties on UVH1. We'll just be taking these UVH1 bounties and compiling them in with the rest of the UVH1 stuff once I get there.
It's nice knowing you, Crete. Oh, Threshers are the worst, bro. So far. Alright, we got him.
Slowly trying to figure out the best method of these bounties, I opened my map one time and I found the Creep Impact World event. I've never seen this before, so even though I was under leveled and I didn't want to switch my game off of UVH1 because I wasn't sure if the event would despawn, I went ahead and gave it my best shot, and I'm not proud to say it, but I failed the event. I didn't listen to my girl Jennifer when she was explaining how to do it, so I wasn't really sure what to do, and by the time I figured it out, it was too late. However, we didn't come out of this empty-handed. We did find this TDR Golden enhancement. This is the 3rd ever enhancement that I ever got, and it's going to be perfect for these bounties because that'll buff my Chuck assault rifle. So as we collect more and more bounties, we're going to be popping open these reward crates as we go, and I'll open these up in batches of 10 or so. I didn't want to open all the 100 at once because by the time we got to the end, our rewards would have been severely underleveled. So we wanted to use our rewards as we completed the challenge. So as the video progresses, you'll see the occasional mini crate opening.
So our first 10 crates here, the gland sanitizer crates. So let's open them up, see what we can get. Nothing too crazy. We're looking for explosive damage, and ooh, that is a really good weapon for Vile. Like this, holy cow, that was a great pull for what we're doing here. We have Chuck, and now we have the noisy cricket. You shoot like 2 or 3 of them at a Vile creature, and all the crystals break. That is so good for what we're doing here. Back to back, we got a murmur. Wait a minute, weren't these supposed to be exclusive to the Halloween event? Interesting. We got back-to-back legendaries. We got the noisy cricket and the murmur. We definitely have better thanks to our bank. Have a Torque Sticky Jacob's pistol, 13% damage increase. This could be a really good Vile creature killer right there. Not bad. A Jacob's pistol, the sister to the one we just got. Not better than. No way. 3 legendaries out of 10? Dude, why are we so lucky? So it shoots while it's charging up? Interesting. I've never used this sniper before. Why did he just laugh like that? Why did Amon just laugh like that? What the hell? That was funny. 3 legendaries though. 4 legendaries! Katagawa's Revenge! Are you kidding me right now? 4 out of 10? What are these odds? How are we gonna get 4 legendaries out of 10 drops, brother? How? So I've got 2 viewers in this live stream right now. One of them is me. So whoever's out there, you just saw probably one of the best pack openings in Borderlands 4 history. You're welcome.
So knocking out these next 10 bounties, I'm starting to get used to this action skill, the Forge Axes, but it's not quite optimal for the Amon build or for these Vile bounty contracts. Even though I'm starting to be pretty effective with my new gear and my current action skill, I will eventually be switching it up for an Amon Ordnance build. I already have buffed Ordnance damage, so I figured I might as well go full in on the Ordnance because it would just be perfect for what I'm doing with this challenge. With that being said, let's go ahead and hop into the next 10 crates of this challenge and see if we can continue our lucky streak.
Finally, holy cow, dude. Let's go ahead and pop open these next 10. So we're sitting at a 40% legendary rate for these Vile bounties. Alright, that's junk. Foxtrot. Alright, we're sitting at 5 out of 12 crates are legendaries right now. Okay. Blue, not even worth my attention. That is 4 down, 6 to go. No thank you. So we got 1 legendary out of this so far. Eviscerating Daemon. 2. Ooh, we got a rep kit. The Pacemaker. It's actually really nice. So I knew that the 40% rate was going to get diluted after we open more. Splash radius, man. I thought it was something. Critical damage or something. Alright, cool.
So for these crates, we've been getting super lucky so far when it comes to legendary drops. And of course, by the end of the video, we'll have an entire recap that goes over the crates, the Vile bounties themselves, the XP, Iridium, cash, as well as averages, and all that good stuff. So taking care of the next 10 bounties and the occasional Rift Champion, I'm starting to understand the capabilities of this skill tree and the action skill that I went with.
Like, I just feel like such a toddler on this build right now. I'm so terrible. I just feel like I'm just bad at the game. Oh no. See what I'm saying? Like, I'm going down all the time. I'm on normal difficulty, my friends. That's why I think I'm gonna go between this stream and the next. I'm just gonna find out, respec my build.
And safe to say I'm feeling a little bit underwhelmed. This is about when I decided I need to switch up to an Ordnance build, but I won't make this change for quite a while still. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at the next 10 crates, and then we'll handle the very last normal bounties.
So let's pop these open, see how much more diluted our legendary count got. I feel like we were getting super lucky early on. We're getting blues galore before that. Harlow class mod. Ooh, the onion shield. Okay, cool. It's our first legendary shield of the night. A blue corrosive. I probably could have done that. Use that. And the last one, crate 30 out of 30. We get a forceful S23.
So I think that now that you've made it to the bulk of the video, it's a great time to say thank you for all the support you've been giving me recently. You guys are loving my Minister Screw video. We're well on our way to getting monetized here on YouTube, so every like, comment, and most importantly, subscription means the world to me. I should also take the time to slap this graph in your face here. Looking at this here hurts my soul just a little bit. So if you find yourself watching multiple of my videos, I would really appreciate if you smack that subscribe button. And in return, I'll do my best to keep you entertained on a consistent basis. I appreciate you guys. Anyways, we're finally finishing up all the normal bounties, so let's take a look at what we got from the final crate opening of these normal bounties, and then we'll take a look at all the stats we got along the way, and we'll calculate some averages as well. It's a cool angle, you never see it from here. Nice. First one is a Rafa Apophis Lance class mod. Holy cow. Sniper rifle damage and skill damage. Ooh, that's massive. And I can't even put it in the bank either because my bank has 400 items in it. It's getting junked. Back to back. Oh, we got an enhancement. Let's go. Of Vladoff. Oh, I love golden enhancements. This is my 4th one ever. I've got 2 from this challenge so far. Wow. See, I mean, I want to store this in my bank, you know? Vladoff enhancement. Beautiful. Blue, not even worth my time. Maybe could be worth. We can take a look at it. No way. We're over halfway right now. We got 3 legendaries. These are so lucrative. Oh my god. Really good shock weapon right there. Oh my god. We got 4 out of 6 legendaries. That is so lucky. Holy cow. So we finally made it through the normal section of this video, 33% of the way there. So we're finding a rhythm and the video will start to ramp up a lot from here on. From those crates, we got 11 out of 33 legendaries, which is kind of insane. 1/3 of the guns I got from these crates were legendaries. And the oh my god is definitely going to be carrying me through a lot of UVH1. So I do kind of regret selling that Rafa class mod, but I need SDUs in order to unlock my bank. So we're going to be taking care of that very soon. So for all of these normal level bounties, it took me 158 minutes, which comes down to 4 minutes and 46 seconds per bounty. Not ideal, but you got to take into account that I was getting started. I was exploring the map, unlocking safe houses for fast travel. I was really just getting my feet under me with this brand new character. But with that being said, we earned 4,462 Iridium, $1.4 million in cash, 410,000 XP, which comes down to 28 Iridium, 8,900 cash, and nearly 2,600 XP per minute. And here are those numbers per hour. So not bad getting started. Of course, later on, we're going to be comparing these numbers to UVH1 and UVH5 bounties. And as mentioned, I'm going to use these numbers to inform my recommendation for where I think you should start with a brand new character. But for now, let's go ahead and hop right into the first crate opening of the UVH1 Vile Bounty crates. Alright, let's open up these 10 boxes and close up stream because I need some sleep. Let's see what this first one gets. In other words, it is to be sold. A purple rep kit. I mean, this is good and it gives me speed for 8 seconds. Yeah, I'm gonna equip it. Let's keep it moving. Bam. We got really lucky the first time. Ooh, a fuse grenade. Interesting. And it talks to you like the Cinder Shelly. Ooh, another flame ordnance. 5 legendaries. Not bad. Let's give you a shotgun. Pistol. The kitty pistol. Not a big fan of Torg weapons in general. If it's not sticky, I don't really love it. Shotguns can do a lot of damage, but also to me, the Totalitarian Onslaught. Our second legendary here. This is a good gun here. Cryo. And our last one for the night. Cool. Alright, so we're coming up on halfway there. 46 bounties now under my belt. So it was at this point where I finally decided that it's time for a change. The Forge Axes were good, but I kept hearing things about Ordnance Amon, so I wanted to give it a try for myself. Alright, getting ready to respec our skills and probably our specializations here as well. We're gonna be heading out into the blue tree and then the red tree. So we're gonna be doing a different action skill, I believe. Respec all. Bam, 37 skill points. Alright. So I found this build from Moxie. If you feel like your characters aren't doing it for you, check out a Moxie build video and you'll be a-okay. So with our new build ready to be tested, there's another problem that I needed to solve, and that was my bank slots. My backpack was constantly full because I'm lugging around all these extra legendary items that I just want to deposit into my bank. So I would go on to spend the next several hours unlocking SDUs and exploring the map as well, doing propaganda speakers, lost loot capsules, vault symbols. Alright. Do these give us SDUs? I don't remember. If they don't, I'm not going to grab them anymore. They do! 15! Holy cow, that's actually really worth it. And we also hit up the vending machine for Maurice's Black Market once again. And let me tell you, we got blessed. And here we are. Here we are. Once again. Maurice, what have you got for me, my friend? What have you got?
Iron teeth for soft jaws.
And it's an Are you kidding me? It's a Gamma Void Ordnance. We are an Ordnance build. So what do you mean? How did you know? So perfect, man. Beautiful. So after hours of grinding SDUs, we finally had enough to unlock the max size bank. But after that, I was seeking one last upgrade before I was ready to conquer the rest of these UVH1 bounties. And that was upgrading my glide pack. I needed to take down all 3 vault bosses so that I can utilize advanced movement and feel a little bit more cracked on this build. So I would then spend the next 90 minutes unlocking all the silos and finding all the vault key fragments. And after beating all these vaults on normal difficulty, I really felt like I was ready to conquer all the rest of the UVH1 Vile Bounties. And let me tell you, it was a massive quality of life increase. I was able to upgrade my build using skill points, find better gear, and I would end up finding a flow state to be able to knock out the rest of the UVH1 challenges in record time. That was very quick. Goodbye, friend. It's freaking easy now, man. Holy cow. So after grinding out 20 more Vile Bounties, it's time to open up these crates and see what we can get. Let's get to going. Blue guns don't even deserve attention. Anything blue. Purple rarely run dayless anyway. Ooh, flux generator. I don't run Harlow, but sure, I'll put it in the bank. I'll have a Harlow build. Probably heals better than my current one, but I really like mine. Another Harlow class mod. Or Siren. Hold on. Throw that in the bank. Why not? 2 class mods. Ooh, an Atlas enhancement. Oh wait, no, an order. And I'm gonna test that out in just a quick sec after I pop these open. So that would be 3 legendaries so far, 3 or 4. Maybe I'll correct myself in the editing of this video. Nope. All right, 7 more. 6, 5. Ooh, very nice. Fire and shock SMG, nice. 3, 2. Oh, all right, the last one. Pretty successful here. Got some good pulls. So we got 5 legendaries out of these 20 crates, and 7 in total out of all the 33 UVH1 crates. That'll put our legendary chances at around 21%. Not too shabby. So having completed all the UVH1 challenges, it's time to go over some stats. So we completed all 33 UVH1 challenges in 128 minutes, which comes down to about 3 minutes and 52 seconds per bounty. In terms of rewards, we got 6,705 Iridium, $2.1 million in cash, and 611,000 XP. Per minute we got 52 Iridium, 16,495 cash, and 4,775 XP. And here are those same numbers but per hour. So our averages per bounty is 197 Iridium, 62,000 cash, and just under 18,000 XP per bounty. And these numbers are all sitting right around 1.5 times better than the normal level rewards. So with that out of the way, before we want to jump into the very last segment of this challenge, we needed to take the time to unlock UVH5. And in this process, I got absolutely cracked. I would go on to unlock UVH2, UVH3, and UVH4. And before I unlocked UVH5, I went out looking for some poetic justice when I entered Solace Clench Drill Site once again and farming for the Wombo combo. It was a night and day difference from when I first tried to farm this drill site right around level 30. This is where I hit level 50. I maxed out my specialization tree, and I found 2 drops that would tie this entire build together once and for all. I got this 32,000 DPS ordnance, and using a class mod that I had, as long as I hit my shots, I have unlimited ammo. And as a backup option, I got myself the Wombo combo. After all the grinding, after all the time, it felt so great to hold this in my hands, and it really just felt like a cherry on top for this grind. At this moment in time, I just knew that I was in the home stretch. So with all these things put together, this is what I was able to do to the Timekeeper to unlock UVH5. And that's a health bar gone. That's a health bar gone. And that's the boss gone. I'd say this ordnance build is pretty OP. Holy cow. Oh my god, that was crazy. Let's see how this goes. Yep. Just about the same. Holy cow. This is the craziest build I've ever made. Holy cow. I didn't think it would be that easy. Didn't think it would be that easy. We're buffed to oblivion. So yeah, that felt pretty good. Once again, thanks to Moxie. Go check him out if you don't know. I don't know how you wouldn't know him, but go check him out. Anyways, finally hitting the peak Ordnance Amon build. We're officially ready to knock out the UVH5 Vile Bounty challenges, and we're gonna do it in record time. Ah, Cratch, my favorite. Oh my god, it's too good, dude. It's too good. Whoa. That was a quick break. That was a quick kill. Nice. Thwup. What up, Thwup? That was nice. Clean, painless. Nice. Beautiful. Beautiful. Tiefers. Tiefers, you are the last. Tiefers. I might never do a Vile Bounty ever again. I probably will. Ah. I'm bad at the game. I wasn't hitting my shots. I'm missing a lot. It's hard to aim on Cratch. Plus, I'm just got controller aim and such. Cool. That is 34 Vile Bounties from UVH5 today. It was absolute cake. But we made it. I think this is my favorite view of the launch pad right here. Without further ado, let's see what we can get from here. Number 1. Oh, they're called different stuff. Crystal Crusher and Gland Sanitizer. Interesting. I didn't notice that. Extra medium. Fleeting extra medium. Okay. Alright. Might as well. Let's equip it. I have a pretty outdated shield. I was still using like a level 31 fireworks shield. To be honest, maybe that's why I was dying so quick. A blue class mod. Alright. Ooh, and another pacemaker. Alright. Not bad. Got one of those in our first pack opening. Another golden shield. Holy cow. The other one has like double the capacity of this one. Interesting. A purple shield. Purple shield was, I think I just got the same shield twice. Ooh, I think we've got what, like 4 legendaries so far out of however many we've opened. 11. So pretty lucky. Pretty lucky. Got a blue knife. Not bad. I would really appreciate that on like an early build or early game build, but not when we're looking for the best of the best here. Blue is always junk. Hyperion. Hyperion guns are weirdly rare. See, I've been getting all types of Rafa. Game. I'm on Amon. Purple grenade. Blue shotgun. Good shotgun. Not something crazy though. Alright. We're seeing the end here. Ooh, is this a noisy cricket? Oh, a Queen's Rest pistol. 6,000 even on the DPS there. Torque stickies too. Can I have that pistol? Sure. Sure, why not? I'll reserve it for you. My bank is like full, man. I have so many things that I'm never gonna use. Ooh, another pistol, the 7th sense. Hitting enemies spawns orbs that float upwards and home in on targets on reload. Alt fire is a vault launcher or Vile launcher. Could be pretty good. Corrosive. Interesting. Interesting. Purple sniper, and the very last crate of the video of 100 Vile Bounties. Let's see what we can get. We got a cryo SMG, something that is probably never going to get used ever on this account. So there you have it. That's all 100 crates open. To summarize, we got 5 legendaries in the UVH5 crates, and that'll bring us to 23 legendaries out of 100 in total, which is of course 23% chance to get a legendary out of a Vile Bounty reward crate. So here are the UVH5 numbers, and I meant to say this before, but all these numbers are taken from Vile Bounties only. So all the mobbing and all the random Iridium drops and all that sort of stuff would be added onto these numbers. They're not included here. So that also goes for the normal and for the UVH1 stuff as well. But for all 34 UVH5 bounties, we got 14,045 Iridium, almost $4.4 million in cash, and about 1.26 million XP. That comes down to 106 Iridium per minute, just about 55 grand in cash per minute, and 15.8 thousand XP per minute. And of course, here are your per hour stats as well. By far and away our most efficient farm. But of course, to get to these numbers, we had to do all the farming and grinding to unlock the capability to be able to do this. So for our averages, we got 401 Iridium per bounty, 125 642 cash per bounty, and 36,133 XP per bounty. And those numbers are slightly lower for the mode, which is your most common bounty on UVH5 difficulty. So pretty much across the board, all the rewards are just about 1.5 times better than normal rewards, and all the UVH5 stuff are 3.1 times better than normal and about 2.1 times better than UVH1. So when it comes to the question of what is the best Iridium farm, grinding these bounties on UVH5 is without a doubt, no question, the best farm. But the major caveat to that is that you can't do it from the start. It's pretty much impossible being able to grind UVH5 bounties on a fresh level 30. But with that being said, you hardly need any Iridium at level 30 anyways. It's only once you get all the way up to 50 and you're into the end game where you really need all that extra Iridium, and that's when the UVH5 bounty farm will come into play. So for my recommendation on how to grind from level 30 to level 50 on a fresh level 30 account, here's what I would do. And obviously there's different ways to do this, but this is what I think makes most sense, completely subjectively, of course. So right when I spawn in, I would rush to open up at least 5 different safe houses. What I did was just go up the left side of the map, skipping Dominion because those don't give you Vile Bounties as far as I'm aware of. And while you're finding these safe houses, you want to be collecting SDUs along the ways. So that'll be silos, crawlers, drill sites, auger mines. And you're going to want to do lots of mobbing while you're doing this because you're going to need XP for the next step, which is of course farming for that one heavy hitter, especially for these Vile Bounties. For me, I wanted to get the Wombo combo, and I tried to do it on level 30 and I was failing miserably. Even after I switched off of UVH1 and farmed on normal, it was still pretty brutal for a fresh character. So once you get your heavy hitter, that could be a hot slugger, Wombo combo, or an ordnance or something along those lines, depending on what type of build you're going with. That's when I would start farming Vile Bounties on normal. So as I explained in the video, they'll only spawn in on UVH1, but of course now that you've got a decent amount of safe houses, you can jump around these safe houses on UVH1 looking for bounties, and once you have a good 3 to 5 bounties, switch back onto normal mode and these bosses will become much more manageable on a pretty fresh character. And that's pretty much the method. You're just going to want to do that until you get slowly geared up. You start to get stronger, you start to level up your skill points, your specialization tree, and then you can take that as you see fit, eventually going on to UVH1. And when you start to need more Iridium, hop on to UVH5. And at that point, you're going to be at level 50 anyway. So that's how I would do it. Let me know if any of you guys end up trying to do this method. I had a lot of fun making this video. It was without a doubt the most effort I put into a video on this channel. So I'd appreciate you guys hitting the subscribe button for all the work. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and take a break from Borderlands 4 for now. I've done mostly everything that I want to do in the game in terms of content. But of course, if you guys have any good ideas or when new DLCs come out, I'll definitely be taking a look at it. So the next video on this channel will be Arc Raiders, and I'm going to be putting a lot of effort into the storytelling on that video. So if you appreciate the work on this channel for Borderlands 4 stuff, I'm sure that you'll love the stories I'll be crafting over there with the same quality of detail and polish that I've been trying to put into these videos. It would mean a lot for you to check out the new video, even if you haven't played Arc Raiders yet. I haven't either, so it'll be a new experience for both of us, but if you made it this far into the video, it probably means that you appreciate my content as well as the stuff I do in Borderlands, so I think that you'll really like the stuff that I'm going to be doing in other games as well. With that being said, thanks for making it to the very end of the video. Don't forget to hit subscribe and like on your way out, and I hope to see you in the next video. Take care.